Fox 61, Connecticut's news station, starts with a weather impact alert.
First up here at 10, we want to get straight to the weather. Another hot day in the books, and our reward for getting through it is another sweltering day tomorrow. Temperatures could get close to triple digits, and that tropical humidity sticks around as well. And that's why our team has issued a weather impact alert over this dangerous heat. Thanks for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 10. I'm Brent Harden.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. There's also a chance for some storms tomorrow. Meteorologist Sam Sampuri joins us now with what to expect. Sam.
Hey guys, well, I'll tell you, as I said to you, Sarah, before, it's disgusting outside. I went out in the back and it just feels so bad out there. Look, it still feels like 84 degrees in the Connecticut River Valley, feeling like 85 there in Meriden. Right now, the current temperature at this hour is 80 degrees up and down the River Valley, from Windsor Locks down to New Haven, 80 in Danbury. So a lot of 70s and near 80. And look at these dew points. That's what I mean by it being disgusting. It is very, very tropical. We have a southerly flow going on, and we do have some high clouds. I am watching a system out to the west here, and it's a little low pressure system, and already there's been some thunderstorms, even a severe warning up there in upstate New York there by the lakes, and moving through Williamsport, Pennsylvania, and some lightning strikes moving up towards Scranton now. And this cluster may move up towards Kingston and die out, but I wouldn't be too surprised if we get a shower overnight. But temperatures are going to stay mild and muggy all night long, especially in the urban centers, holding in the mid to even upper 70s. And we could have a couple of showers too by tomorrow morning, and then it becomes hot and humid midday in the afternoon, with another chance for a couple of thunderstorms, as those temperatures may be in the low 80s. But once again, it's going to feel like 100 for a few hours tomorrow afternoon. Coming up, I'll detail any potential severe storms with a cold front coming into this heat and humidity. We'll also take a look at Friday, the weekend, and into next week in a few minutes. Brent and Sarah?
All right, Sam, thank you. Another drowning, another warning. Local leaders say parts of the Housatonic River are just too dangerous to swim in, and tragedy can strike in seconds. Fox 61's Kay Pattyfoot shows us why officials are raising red flags.
On Sunday, officials pulled the body of a New York man from the Housatonic River. Investigators believe he was swimming in the river and got caught up in the strong currents. New Milford Mayor Pete Bass says this is an example of why people should not try and swim in the dangerous rivers.
The Housatonic River, especially here in New Milford, is not an area to swim.
Mayor Bass says that's because the currents are far too dangerous.
There are undercurrents, especially as we have our hydro generation plants that are on the Housatonic River. That can cause undercurrents, the undercurrents that are already there. If you are not a powerful swimmer, there is a very good chance that you will have an issue.
Days after that man drowned in the river, there was another incident at Indian Wells State Park in Shelton where officials pulled a 5-year-old boy from the water. He was rushed to the hospital where he continues to recover. Emilio Venditti was one of the people who came to the park when first responders were on scene and was troubled by what he heard.
That's unfortunate. Normally, as a lifeguard, we normally watch younger kids more than older kids because we see that younger kids is more of a threat in the water. So it's definitely more important to watch younger kids in the water.
And although Fisherman's Cove in New Milford may look inviting to swim, Mayor Bass says not to.
With the undercurrents that are in this river in our areas here, there are other areas along the river course where it might be fine. But here in New Milford, just with the currents the way that we are, we have the gorge that's down a little bit farther on the Housatonic. We have the hydro generation plants. These rip currents can be extremely dangerous.
Young swimmers we talk to say it's also important to know your limits around friends.
Your family might keep a better eye on you. Sometimes with your friends, you might want to go past your boundaries, push a little further, kind of show off. It's just about staying safe.
Like, you shouldn't go past your boundaries, like, really deep in the water if you don't feel comfortable.
People I spoke with say even if you're a strong swimmer, it's important to know your limits, especially when swimming in the river. It's also important to heed the warnings from officials and stay clear of dangerous waterways. In New Milford, Kay Pattyfoot, Fox 61.
The teen accused of injuring 2 state troopers on I-91 in Enfield last week was arraigned today, but he appeared virtually. He was only just recently released from the hospital.
Investigators say 18-year-old Joel Kaiza Nishwe was speeding and driving recklessly when he lost control and hit one of the troopers' vehicles. This is video from that crash Thursday.
Fox 61's Stephen Reels has more from this court appearance, plus details on other charges the teen could face.
It's been 1 week since state police say Joel Kaiza Nishwe lost control of his car on I-91 North and hit 2 state troopers. The crash sent 5 people to the hospital, and the state originally wanted the 18-year-old held on a $100,000 bond. But on Wednesday, that amount was greatly reduced.
Bond will be set in the amount of $20,000.
An emotional response from Joel Kaiza Nishwe during a virtual court appearance Wednesday afternoon. The teen now faces a reckless driving charge for this crash on I-91 North July 10th, an act state police say he did without a license.
This is sad and unfortunate circumstances. I think everyone's hearts go out to the officers, the people in the motor vehicles, everyone that was injured. But this was a car accident.
In her argument, Kaiza Nishwe's public defender, Amanda Karen, said the Waterbury High School rising senior has no previous criminal record. She also argued the weather conditions played a big role in the crash and the one that happened before it. And while there was claims Kaiza Nishwe's excessive speeding towards 85 miles an hour, those were not proven.
This comes from no radar gun, no police officer, from another person just driving on the road, estimating what they think the defendant is driving.
He took a risk and drove, and that risk resulted in people being injured.
But this won't be the only court case the teen will have to face. On Wednesday, the Department of Homeland Security confirmed Kaiza Nishwe is in the country illegally after coming from Ecuador back in 2023. DHS tells us it already lodged a detainer for his arrest. And while not a direct response for the case, Karen confirmed the 18-year-old was in contact with an immigration lawyer.
He has an immigration attorney he's been working with for quite a while. I've been in touch with her. She is ready and prepared to be aiding him alongside the public defender's office.
The judge presiding over his case says that Kaiza Nishwe is expected back in court on August 8th. In Hartford, Stephen Reels, Fox 61.
A new chapter today for the U.S. Coast Guard Academy in New London.
They held a change of command ceremony honoring the outgoing superintendent and welcoming new leadership.
Fox 61's Valerie Moravi spoke with both men about the transition and what's next for the academy.
City officials, family members, and members of the U.S. Coast Guard took part of Wednesday's change of command ceremony for Rear Admiral Michael Johnston, who expressed his gratitude to those around him as he stepped down from his position. The U.S. Coast Guard Academy is beginning a new chapter of leadership as incoming Superintendent Rear Admiral Gregory Rothrock assumed command from the current Superintendent Rear Admiral Michael Johnston after serving the nation for 36 years. Rear Admiral Johnston was honored by colleagues, friends, and family Wednesday afternoon. He reflected on all his years of service, providing anecdotes and memories of his decades in the Coast Guard. He also dedicated an emotional moment to his wife Darlene and 2 children for the sacrifices they endured throughout his career.
My family, and they've been with me every step of the way. To my mom and my mother-in-law, thank you for your love and wisdom. You raised us, supported us, gave us the values that carried us through. My wife, you are the greatest mystery I want to spend the rest of my life trying to figure out.
As one chapter closes, a new one begins. The ceremony officially introduced Rear Admiral Rothrock as the 44th Superintendent of the U.S. Coast Guard Academy.
Admiral Johnston, Darlene, thank you. Thank you for your dedicated service to this institution. I am really looking forward to all that we will accomplish together. Thank you very much.
Rear Admiral Rothrock previously served as a director of force development for U.S. Cyber Command. He says he hopes to continue the Academy's clear course towards excellence and achievement, something External Affairs Officer Jacob Lohman says will be important to the entire nation.
As soon as those salutes are exchanged between, in this case it was Admiral Rothrock relieving Admiral Johnston as the 44th Superintendent of the Coast Guard Academy, Admiral Rothrock now has the con and is in charge going forward.
I leave this Coast Guard not with sadness, but with overwhelming gratitude. Gratitude for the opportunities, for the people, for the moments that have changed my life and many others.
Now, Rear Admiral Johnston says he will take some time off to focus on family as he reflects on his next step. In New London, Valerie Moravi, Fox 61.
Well, new tonight, a dog is dead and its owner has been charged. Milford police say the animal was left in a hot car. Police say 72-year-old John Torres left 2 dogs in a parked car last week, no AC, windows up. He went into a store and by the time he came back, 1 dog had died. He now faces animal cruelty charges. Officers say this is a tragic reminder. Again, cars can heat up fast, even with the windows cracked.
New Haven police have arrested a man they say was driving recklessly and caused a deadly crash last year. Police arrested Sean Hopkinson of Branford this afternoon. Last July, police say he drove through a red light and crashed his car into another near the intersection of College Street and South Frontage Road. The other driver died. We're told investigators will have more details about this arrest in a news conference tomorrow at New Haven Police Headquarters, and the victim's family will be there too.
A Bridgeport man convicted in one of Connecticut's most notorious murder cases is now a free man. Adrian Peeler was released from federal prison today after serving time for drug charges. He had already finished a 25-year state sentence for his role in the 1999 murders of 8-year-old B.J. Brown and his mother, Karen Clark. Prosecutors say Peeler carried out the killings on orders from his brother Russell to stop B.J. from testifying in another murder case. Now, that case led to major changes in Connecticut's witness protection program. Peeler's federal sentence was commuted last year by then-President Joe Biden, sparking backlash from some state leaders. Bridgeport Mayor Joe Ganim is expected to speak on the matter tomorrow morning.